chosen one. Listen, not with your ears alone, but with the deepest part of your spirit. Something extraordinary is unfolding, and it has your name written all over it. God himself has declared a life-altering truth over you. Your age is about to be shortened. Yes, you heard that correctly. You are not deteriorating. You are reversing. You are stepping into the vitality, energy, and radiant power of your teenage years, but with the divine wisdom and spiritual authority of who you've become. This is not a vague idea or motivational moment. This is a supernatural reset, a divine recalibration that is already rewriting your timeline in real time. The years you believed were behind you, the ones you thought you missed, the ones you mourned, are being rolled back by heaven's hand. Your body, your mind, your soul, they are all being awakened, recharged, and restored. What once felt heavy will feel light. What once drained you will now energize you. The fatigue, the slowdowns, the invisible walls, they are falling away. You are being reintroduced to the real you, vibrant, bold, and unstoppable. But there's something you need to understand. This isn't just a gentle shift, it's a holy acceleration. It's happening now, suddenly, with force. And if you're here, watching or listening, it's not by accident. You were summoned into this moment by the Spirit of God, because this reversal has already begun, and you cannot afford to miss what's next. Before we dive deeper, I want to pause and say from my heart, thank you to every one of you who has supported this message through the Super Thanks feature. Whether you've sown a seed or simply stood with us in spirit, I am truly deeply grateful. Your generosity is helping this divine message reach souls across the globe who are just beginning to remember who they are. And whether you give or not, please know this: your presence here is already a gift. You are appreciated, and you are part of something sacred. Now, if your spirit is stirred, drop 999 in the comments. It's not just a number, it's a spiritual activation, a symbol that you are ready to receive what heaven is releasing. Because if you are truly one of God's chosen, you won't just feel this message, you will embody it. You will stay with me until the end, because what you are about to hear will shock your mind, ignite your body, and resurrect your destiny. And if you're not ready, that's okay. But understand this: the time is now or never. The reversal isn't waiting for your convenience, it's already in motion. So get ready. Heaven's countdown has begun. And your youth, your power, your purpose, they are being pulled forward by eternity. This is the turning point, the moment that rewrites the rest of your life. You've been chosen for this, and nothing will ever be the same again. God's chosen ones. You're becoming a teenager again. Right now, chosen one, something utterly divine is happening within you, something science can't fully explain and time can't deny. Not someday in the future, not as a vague idea, and certainly not as a metaphor, but in this very moment your body is responding to a supernatural order issued directly from the throne of heaven. Reverse time. Do you feel that? The subtle shifts in your body, your energy, your reflection. It's not just coincidence, it's confirmation. Soon you'll wake up, glance into the mirror, and hesitate, not from fear but from awe, because the person staring back at you will look unfamiliar in the most breathtaking way. Your skin will appear smoother, your eyes will radiate light, and your facial features will take on new sharpness and symmetry. And no, this isn't from creams, treatments, or sleep schedules. This is what it looks like when heaven speaks into flesh, when divine instruction becomes living transformation. Can your physical body actually obey spiritual commands? And if so, what else have you underestimated about your divine design? Let this be clear. This is not magic, and it is certainly not mythology. This is miraculous biology, aligned with eternal assignment. Aging as you've known it was never God's original intention. It was a side effect of a broken, corrupted timeline. But now, your timeline is being intercepted and corrected by the one who authored time itself. As it is written, "He restores my soul. He leads me in paths of righteousness for his name's sake." Psalm 23:3. Restoration is not just spiritual, it's cellular, neurological, energetic. Your spirit always held the divine blueprint of youthful vitality, but now your physical body is being instructed to finally match the vibrancy that has always been written into your spiritual DNA. Can you sense that something ancient and alive is rising within you? You're not imagining it. This change will manifest gradually but undeniably, day by day, week by week, in small yet holy increments. You'll notice energy where there was once fatigue, confidence where there was once insecurity, and a magnetic glow that no one around you can quite explain. It will feel supernatural because it is. And this transformation is not vanity, it is vocation. You are not being made younger for applause, you are being made whole for purpose. Why would God invest this kind of reversal in you unless he had something monumental still ahead? As Isaiah 40:31 reminds us, "But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint." Could it be that this renewal of youth is the preparation for a divine assignment that demands strength, vitality, and spiritual sharpness? Think of Vera Wang, who began her global fashion empire at age 40, defying the norms of age-bound success. Or consider Samuel L. Jackson, who landed his first major acting role at 46 and went on to become a global icon. What shifted for them wasn't just luck, it was alignment. And now, chosen one, your alignment is happening too. The years that the enemy tried to waste are being returned, not just in memory, but in motion. "I will restore to you the years that the locust hath eaten," says the Lord in Joel 2:25. What if your youth returning isn't just a gift but a weapon? This is about divine compensation, a reset of what was lost, stolen, or abandoned. Your physical transformation is a sign of a larger reversal in every area of your life: relationships, dreams, opportunities, health, even time itself. As your outer body becomes renewed, your inner fire will blaze brighter. You are stepping into the full embodiment of what God originally intended you to be, before trauma, delay, or disappointment had their say, and you will walk in it unapologetically. Have you ever wondered what it would be like to live with the vitality of youth, but the wisdom of maturity? What would you do with that second chance? Even Moses, at 120 years old, had eyes that had not dimmed and strength that had not weakened. Deuteronomy 34:7. What kept him preserved? Purpose. So don't mistake this reversal for a reward. It is a requirement for what comes next. You're being upgraded because your assignment demands it. You're not regressing, you're being restored. The Lord satisfies your years with good things, so that your youth is renewed like the eagles, says Psalm 103:5. And no, chosen one, this is not too good to be true. It's too divine to be denied. And yes, your transformation will disturb some people, just like how Jennifer Lopez continues to defy age expectations and remains a global force across music, film, and business. Your glow will spark curiosity, envy, and admiration, but none of it will compare to the internal affirmation you'll feel when you realize that heaven has touched you and said you are not finished yet. So tell me, chosen one, when time bends in your favor, what will you do with the years you get back? When strangers begin asking, "What's your secret?" will you tell them it's not a product, but a promise, that it's not science, but scripture, that it's not anti-aging, it's divine aging, written by the hand of the one who makes all things new? Wake up, chosen one. Look deeper, not just with your eyes, but with your spirit. Can you feel it? The reversal has already begun, and guess what? You are the living evidence. Your reflection might still look familiar, but beneath the surface, heaven is writing something new, cell by cell, breath by breath. This is not imagination, and it's not wishful thinking. God is not subject to time. Time is subject to him. With the Lord, a day is like 1,000 years, and 1,000 years are like a day. 2 Peter 3:8. While the world clings to clocks, calendars, and aging charts, you're moving according to a divine recalibration. Why fear time when the one who made it is now rewriting it on your behalf? What society calls impossible or irreversible, God calls elementary. He's not trying to delay time for you, he's commanding it to reverse. Every cell in your body is being reprogrammed. Your energy levels are not declining, they're being restored. Your teenage years, the season of electric joy, wild creativity, bold confidence, and magnetic presence, are no longer distant memories. Can you grasp the reality that they're actually on their way back to you? But this time, they're not returning with recklessness, they're returning with revelation. What would it look like if the strength of your youth returned, but now paired with the discernment of spiritual maturity? Let's get clear. This isn't poetic fantasy, it's heaven's biology coming to life within you. Your hormones, metabolism, and even emotional chemistry are quietly shifting. You're not imagining the renewed desire to dance, to laugh, to rise earlier, to move more freely. Your body is responding to a frequency higher than the natural realm, a command encoded in heaven itself. As Romans 8:11 declares, "If the spirit of him who raised Jesus from the dead dwells in you, he who raised Christ Jesus will also give life to your mortal bodies through his Spirit." Do you understand what this means? You're not just spiritually alive, you're being physically quickened. But don't mistake this transformation for superficial rejuvenation. This isn't about finding the mythical fountain of youth. This is about aligning your body with the frequency of God's timeline, where aging loses its voice and purpose takes the throne, where weariness submits to destiny, where what was breaking down is now being built up. This is the realm where restoration becomes your default setting. Think about it. Have you ever asked why God would restore your energy now of all times? Could it be because your greatest assignments haven't even begun? Just look at real lives transformed by divine timing. Take Colonel Sanders, who launched KFC at age 65, proving that purpose doesn't expire. Or look at Ernestine Shepherd, who began bodybuilding at 56 and became a world-renowned athlete in her 80s, radiating youth far beyond her years. These weren't flukes. They were awakening moments, activations of a life force deeper than biology. Just as Isaiah 46:4 promises, "Even to your old age and grey hairs I am he who will sustain you." That's not just comfort, it's a covenant. So let me ask you, chosen one, what dream have you labeled too late? What vision have you quietly buried in the name of age? The truth is, this divine reversal isn't only for your benefit. It's not just so you can look good or feel younger, though those are beautiful byproducts. No, this is about the work still left for you to do. God is renewing the vessel because the mission isn't finished. There are things you're still called to build, messages you must still teach, wounds you're destined to heal, and visions waiting to be created through your hands. This restoration is functional, it's divine utility, and God only renews what He intends to deploy. You might be wondering, but why now? Because now is the time when the world most desperately needs voices like yours, wise, refined, sharpened by experience, but burning with youthful fire. As Psalm 92:14 declares, they will still bear fruit in old age, they will stay fresh and green. That's not a metaphor, it's a map that leads directly to you. And chosen one, do you realize how rare it is to embody the youth of heaven in the body of earth? Take Vera Wang once again, who reinvented bridal fashion in her 40s and expanded her empire globally well into her 70s. Or Morgan Freeman, who didn't land his breakout role until 52. These aren't just late bloomers, they're proof that divine timing trumps societal timelines. You're not behind, you're in sync with a higher rhythm. You are not decaying, you're evolving into something even more radiant. So no, your teenage self isn't just a memory to long for, it's a future promise now unfolding, a version of you that heaven always knew would rise again, not with naivety, but with holy boldness. Not to relive your past, but to reclaim what was always yours. The laughter, the lightness, the creativity, the passion, it's all being returned. Not because you asked loudly, but because you were chosen, and the world hasn't seen anything yet. Now pause and ask, if God is giving you back the prime of your life, how will you steward it? Will you rise with the energy of youth but the calling of a prophet? Will you embrace the revival of your body as the proof that your spirit's assignment is only beginning? This is no accident, this is no fantasy. Behold, I am doing a new thing, says the Lord in Isaiah 43:19. Now it springs up, do you not perceive it? The first thing people will notice, chosen one, isn't just that you look better, they will be struck silent by your glow. A radiance so distinct, so otherworldly, that it shifts the entire atmosphere when you walk into a room. It won't come from serums or procedures. No product can replicate what's happening inside you right now. This glow is the outward evidence of an inward miracle, a divine metamorphosis. Your skin, the body's largest and most visible organ, is responding to spiritual frequencies. Every cell is receiving signals from heaven, and the result is visible light. Have you ever wondered why people say, "You're glowing"? That phrase is more prophetic than poetic. Because when God begins to restore you, your skin becomes the first witness. The dryness, the dullness, the fine lines, they're not permanent flaws. They're just former stories now being rewritten. As Isaiah 61 declares, "Arise, shine, for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord rises upon you." Could your very pores be testifying to God's glory? And yes, people will ask. They'll say things like, "What's your secret?" But they won't have the vocabulary to understand, because it's not a skincare regimen or a detox smoothie. It's the divine. It's alignment with the eternal blueprint that God designed for you before time began. You are syncing with your Creator's original code, and your skin is reflecting it in real time. This isn't vanity, it's victory made visible, and it's not just for attention, it's for assignment. Because when God places His radiance upon someone, it's not only to make them noticed, it's to make them known. Each day, your reflection in the mirror will leave you stunned, not out of ego, but awe. Your cheeks will lift without intervention. The puffiness that once told stories of stress and weariness will fade, and the spark in your eyes, it's coming back stronger, clearer, wiser. Why? Because your facial features are returning to their divine pattern, not artificially, but authentically. The Bible says in 2 Corinthians 3:18, "And we all are being transformed into His image with ever-increasing glory." Could it be that your face is becoming a canvas of God's renewing power? You'll start to see not just change, but prophecy, because your countenance isn't just a surface, it's a signal, and it's now reflecting a reality that says you're no longer under the timeline of the world. You are under heaven's timing now, and heaven's timing speaks of renewal, not decay. Let's take a moment to remember real-world transformations that defy time. Pharrell Williams, often questioned about his ageless appearance, simply credits peace and good energy. Or look at Angela Bassett, who in her 60s radiates the poise, glow and vitality of someone 2 decades younger, not through illusion but intention. These aren't just lucky exceptions. They're examples of what it looks like when someone aligns body, soul and purpose. And now, chosen one, that alignment is yours. This is more than anti-aging. This is divine restoration in motion. And it's not limited to your skin. Your structure is transforming too. Each time you glance in the mirror, you'll notice your features becoming more defined, your jawline sharper, your eyes clearer, your posture stronger. Your face is testifying to something deeper than beauty. It's becoming a declaration of restoration. You'll smile more without even thinking about it. Peace will sit in your eyes like royalty on a throne. You'll carry yourself differently, not because you're trying harder, but because you're flowing freer. As Psalm 34:5 beautifully says, "Those who look to Him are radiant. Their faces are never covered with shame." Could it be that the glow on your face is the result of shame being stripped away? And do you remember what it felt like to wake up without stiffness? To bend without thinking? To move without hesitation? That reality is not a relic of your past. It is your future returning to greet you. Your joints are loosening. Your back is lifting. Your muscles are breathing new life. This is not nostalgia. It is restoration happening in real time. And it's not just physical. Flexibility begins in the nervous system, in the mind, and now your brain is sending a new message to your body. You're safe to move again. You're safe to feel young again. The restoration you're experiencing is flowing from your spirit into your bones. It's as if your muscles have remembered why they were created: to run, to jump, to serve, to carry purpose. As you stretch and reach again, you are not simply gaining movement, you are regaining momentum. Why now? Because your calling requires motion. You weren't designed to live confined in your own frame. You were made to be dynamic, flexible, alive. As Acts 17:28 reminds us, "For in Him we live and move and have our being." This movement isn't exercise, it's existence at full capacity. Just think of the late Bruce Lee, whose philosophy of flow wasn't just about combat, but about life itself. He taught that the body must be like water, adaptable, powerful, unconfined. That same truth is manifesting in you now, but not as philosophy, as prophecy. You're becoming water again, fluid, purposeful, unstoppable. And now that this divine motion is returning to your limbs, it will begin to influence every other area of your life, your relationships, your choices, your voice, your destiny. So, Chosen one, what will you do with a body restored by heaven? How will you walk, speak, and serve once the limits have been lifted? Will you believe that every stretch, every movement, every breath is a sign that God is reactivating not just your health but your harvest? You are not just becoming youthful again, you are becoming useful again for a greater assignment than you've ever known. And now, as your cells rejoice, your face radiates, and your limbs return to holy function, the world won't just see a transformation, they'll see a testimony. One that says, this is what it looks like when a chosen one rises again. Chosen one, get ready, because a moment is coming when you will rise from sleep and feel something electric coursing through your body. It won't be anxiety masquerading as energy, nor the jittery rush of adrenaline. This will be something purer, deeper, and undeniably holy. It's the pulse of heaven itself surging through your frame. Your legs may twitch in anticipation, as if they're eager to move towards something greater. Your lungs will expand with deeper breath, no longer tight with strain. And your thoughts, sharper, clearer, awake. You won't be overthinking, you'll be overcoming. This is not just a better mood, it's a full-body awakening. Have you ever wondered what it would feel like if heaven refilled your spirit and your strength? This isn't hype or imagination. This is the fulfillment of Isaiah 40:29, which says he gives strength to the weary and increases the power of the weak. That verse isn't symbolic, it's biological. Heaven is injecting new life into your bloodstream, recalibrating your nervous system, and retraining your cells to respond not to exhaustion, but to divine energy. That familiar heaviness you used to carry by noon, the drowsy afternoons, the groggy mornings, the need to drag yourself out of bed, that's disappearing. One divine command is overriding it all: recharge. Fatigue used to be your rhythm, but now you're stepping into something you've forgotten even existed: sustained, stable, supernatural strength. And chosen one, that strength isn't temporary, it's assignment-grade energy, crafted for purpose, not just convenience. Let's make it plain. God is not giving you a second wind. He's giving you an entirely new atmosphere inside your body. Your mitochondria, the tiny power plants in every cell, are receiving a heavenly frequency. Your blood is circulating with purpose. Your muscles are remembering how to fire on command. Your brainwaves are syncing with divine peace. It's not a health fad. It's not a placebo. This is prophetic biology. Your body is responding to God's call the way dry bones did in Ezekiel's valley. So I prophesied as he commanded me, and breath entered them. They came to life and stood up on their feet, a vast army. Ezekiel 37:10, taller already. And here's the truth. When energy comes back, so does joy. You'll start laughing again, not out of politeness but from the overflow. You'll find yourself dancing to music you forgot you loved. You'll tackle the assignments you once dreaded, the emails, the errands, the deadlines, with an enthusiasm that feels brand new. But it's not brand new, it's ancient and restored. It's the return of a version of you that was never supposed to fade. What would your life look like if you faced each day, not just with energy, but with divine enthusiasm? Would you rise earlier, move faster, love deeper? Just look at people like Richard Branson, who continues to launch new ventures and seek adventure well into his 70s, fueled not by caffeine but by passion. Or Misty Copeland, who defied odds and exhaustion to become the first African-American principal ballerina at the American Ballet Theatre. These aren't random success stories. They're living reminders that energy flows where purpose grows. And chosen one, your purpose is surging. You're not entering a phase of mere productivity. You're entering a season of overflow. The energy that's coming isn't meant to keep you busy. It's meant to help you build. There are dreams God planted in you long ago that are now ready to be carried to term. That requires strength. It requires stamina. It requires a body that can sustain the vision. And now heaven is giving you what you need, not only to endure your days, but to dominate them. As Nehemiah 8:10 proclaims, "The joy of the Lord is your strength." Joy isn't an emotion in this season. It's a weapon, a source of power, and it's rising in you now. So let me ask you, what would you dare to do if you knew exhaustion would no longer stop you? What ideas would you revisit? What battles would you finally finish? What goals would you no longer postpone? When you regain not just the energy of a 17-year-old, but the clarity of someone walking in divine purpose, You don't just survive life, you command it. You don't crawl through your days, you conquer them. The fatigue that tried to limit your reach, the heaviness that kept you from dreaming big, the internal voice that whispered you don't have the strength, it's all being silenced. The breath of God is filling your lungs again. The fire of youth is returning to your bones. This is the resurrection of your momentum, and with every step you take, you will prove to the world that this isn't adrenaline, and it isn't hype, it's Holy Spirit power made manifest. Chosen one, your body is becoming the container of divine energy. Don't fear the surge. Don't question the strength. Embrace it. Move with it. Let it carry you into the destiny that only the energized, awakened, divinely restored version of you could fulfill. This is what it looks like when God says, "You're not finished. I'm just getting started with you." Chosen one, you're stepping into a version of yourself that is so radiant, so transformed, that people won't know how to respond at first. You're about to become a walking mystery, not because you're hiding anything, but because you are revealing something they've never seen before. Eyes will linger, conversations will pause, people will do double takes, unsure if they're meeting the same you or a new creation entirely. But that hesitation is sacred. What they're witnessing isn't just a more youthful version of you, it's the true you, fully revealed, divinely restored, finally shining as God always intended. Have you ever wondered what it would look like if the version of you heaven sees was made visible on earth? You won't need to explain yourself. Your transformation will announce itself. Your presence will shift rooms before you speak a word. Your skin will shimmer, not artificially, but with the vibrancy of life itself. Your eyes will carry a fire that unsettles darkness and awakens hope. As Proverbs 4:10 declares, the path of the righteous is like the morning sun, shining ever brighter till the full light of day. And now, chosen one, you are becoming that sunrise, an unfolding light, a living prophecy. Some will be stunned, others will be confused, and a few may even resist. But all will sense that something divine is taking place in you. They won't be able to articulate it, but they'll feel it. You are no longer carrying the burden of proving yourself. You're radiating the evidence of being chosen. This glow is not rooted in pride, vanity, or ego. It is rooted in purpose, a light placed in you by the one who made the stars, and now you're shining not to be seen but to guide. Do you realize how powerful it is to become the answer to someone's unspoken question? Look at real-life examples of transformation that left the world stunned. Think of Maya Angelou, who after surviving trauma and silence, emerged as a voice so powerful, her mere presence felt prophetic. Or consider Keanu Reeves, whose calm, radiant demeanor and unshakable grace have made him a mystery people are drawn to, not because of a flashy persona, but because of deep presence. These are not just personalities, they are portals through which purpose flows. And now, chosen one, so are you. Your beauty in this season is different. It's not performance, it's presence. And your presence carries power because it carries testimony. You are no longer just walking through life, you are testifying with every step. You are becoming a living sign that miracles are not myths, they are walking among us, and you are one of them. As Psalm 71:7 says, "I have become a sign to many. You are my strong refuge." When people look at you now, they won't just see a person, they'll see a story, a recovery, a resurrection. And let's be honest, this kind of transformation can't be faked. There's a weight to it, a glow that no lighting can replicate. You're not drawing people to your face alone, you're drawing them to your faith. Your entire body has become a living altar, carrying the aroma of heaven. You are no longer just someone who believes in miracles. You are the miracle, the evidence, the before and after that doesn't need a caption. Have you asked yourself why God chose to shine through you this way? It's because the world needs more than sermons, it needs sight. People need to see that God is still moving, still restoring, still reversing what the world says is irreversible. Your transformation becomes their invitation, and not just to admire you, but to seek Him. As 2 Corinthians 2:14-15 tells us, "Thanks be to God who always leads us in triumph in Christ, and through us spreads the aroma of the knowledge of Him in every place. For we are to God the pleasing aroma of Christ." That's not metaphor, that's identity. You will notice it. People won't just ask about your skincare or your lifestyle, They'll lean in closer. They'll ask, "Why do you seem so different?" Or, "I can't explain it, but there's something about you." That's your moment, not to boast, but to bless. To say, "What you see in me is not a product, it's a promise, and it's available to you too." Just as actor Chris Pratt boldly declared his faith during award shows, pointing people to God instead of taking the glory, your glow will do the same without a stage, without applause, because your platform isn't performance, it's presence. Have you started to notice your voice softening lately? Chosen one. The gentler tone, the lighter laughter, the sound that carries not just words but a new kind of peace. That's not by chance. It's not simply mood or maturity, it's a divine reversion, a supernatural return to the voice you carried in youth, when confidence came without effort and joy flowed freely. Your voice is a direct echo of your soul. And now that your soul is aligning with heaven's rhythm again, your sound is changing too. The mouth speaks what the heart is full of, Jesus said in Luke 6:45. And beloved, your heart is now filling with a frequency of healing. You're going to speak differently, not out of rehearsed wisdom, but from a renewed center. You'll command rooms not by volume, but by vibrational clarity. Have you ever felt your voice carry more than a message, carry presence? And your smile, it's no longer something you put on, it's something that's breaking through. You won't have to try, it will just happen. The tension that once lived in your jaw, the fatigue etched around your mouth, the hesitance behind every grin, it's dissolving. The muscles in your face are literally shifting under divine peace. You're not smiling to hide, you're smiling because joy has finally come home. As Psalm 126:2 declares, our mouths were filled with laughter, our tongues with songs of joy. Your laughter isn't just noise, it's prophetic evidence that trauma has lost its grip. You're being reanimated by something the world can't bottle or replicate, the raw restorative energy of God Himself. And yes, your walk is changing too. You're not dragging your past behind you anymore. You're not bracing your shoulders for emotional weight that's no longer yours to carry. You walk now like someone who really knows that they were chosen for something greater. Your back is straighter, your steps are firmer. You move with the presence of someone who's not only recovered from a fall, but been resurrected from it. Have you caught yourself walking with a new bounce and wondered, where did this come from? It came from within, from your reborn alignment. You are not carrying burdens now, you are carrying promise. Deep inside, a sacred order is being restored. What once seemed like random exhaustion or moody swings are actually hormonal messengers returning to peace. God isn't just healing the outside of you, He's addressing the very systems within that define how you feel, think, move, and function. Hormones that once surged in confusion are now realigning. Your body, in its divine intelligence, remembers what youthful equilibrium felt like. And now, under heavenly instruction, it's returning there. Serotonin for peace, dopamine for pleasure, melatonin for sleep, adrenaline for vitality, they are all recalibrating to divine timing. As Psalm 139:14 reminds us, I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made, and God is fine-tuning what He once called wonderful. Just as Oprah Winfrey experienced a powerful physical and emotional resurgence after trauma and spiritual awakening, you too are being restored not only in health but in identity. This isn't just biology, this is a bio-spiritual orchestration. The symptoms of chaos are being replaced with the chemistry of peace. You'll notice fewer mood swings, clearer focus, longer stamina, and this is not just health, it's wholeness. Have you realized that the very emotions you thought were broken were actually waiting for the right hormonal environment to stabilize, and now heaven is giving your body that safe environment to thrive? But let's go even deeper. This entire transformation didn't begin in your body, it started in your soul. Your soul remembers something your mind may have forgotten, that you are not designed to deteriorate, but to be renewed. And your soul has been whispering to your body, we're not done yet. That whisper has turned into a divine command, and your cells are obeying. You're not aging according to the world's laws, you're realigning according to heaven's design. You're stepping out of earthly time frames and into the realm of destiny, where the limits of age and decay bow to divine assignment. Romans 8:11 says, He who raised Christ from the dead will also give life to your mortal bodies through His Spirit who dwells in you. And beloved, that Spirit is doing it now. Let's be clear, this is no surface-level makeover. This isn't about aesthetics. This is full system regeneration. Every system in your body, immune, endocrine, nervous, is waking up under heaven's call. Your mitochondria, the powerhouses of your cells, are being charged with divine energy. Your telomeres, which govern cell aging, are slowing their fray. Even your stem cells, those original builders of your body, are being reawakened. Science might describe the process, but faith commands it. And chosen one, your faith is causing a full rebirth. Think of Anthony William, better known as the medical medium, who speaks of how divine instruction brings cellular healing beyond medicine. Or of Nelson Mandela, who after decades of imprisonment walked out with radiance and strength most couldn't explain. These are not just historical figures, they're living examples of what happens when spirit overrides limitation, and now it's happening in you. This isn't a reset button, it's a rebirth switch, and it's not making you merely look better, it's making you feel indestructible, not because of arrogance, but because of purpose. You no longer feel fragile, you no longer feel like you're fading, you feel fortified. At the cellular level, your body is echoing a divine truth. I was made for more, and soon everyone around you will see it, because your energy, your glow, your peace and your strength will radiate through every cell, every word, every step. Confidence, chosen one, is not something you learn, it's something you remember. And right now, that memory is being awakened at the deepest level of your spirit. Confidence is not a personality trait, it's a spiritual energy, a divine current that flows from knowing exactly who you are in God and why you're here. Yours, once dulled by heartbreak, betrayal, aging and delay, is now being supernaturally recharged. The flame that once flickered inside of you is now roaring back to life. Can you feel it rising? That unshakable inner knowing you had as a child, that belief that nothing was impossible. It wasn't naive, it was divine instinct, and it has not been lost. It has simply been waiting for this very moment to return. You'll first feel it in your posture. Your shoulders will roll back as if shedding decades of spiritual weight. Your head will rise, not with arrogance, but with alignment. Your eyes will become clear, not just in vision, but in focus. You'll speak, and your words will carry vibration, firm, joyful, and unstoppable. Then it will show in your choices. You'll no longer ask for permission to be great. You'll no longer overthink every step. You'll move boldly, unapologetically, with laser-sharp purpose. This is not performance confidence. This is holy confidence, the kind that frightens fear itself. The wicked flee when no one pursues, but the righteous are bold as a lion, and chosen one, that lion has awakened in you. This is not the recklessness of youth. This is heaven-infused assurance. You know who you are now, not because the world said so, but because God affirmed it. You know whose you are, carried, created and commissioned by the Most High, and you know what you were born to do, even if you can't yet name it in full. That knowing is enough. Your confidence isn't stemming from the fact that you look younger, it's because you're finally becoming who heaven always knew you were. Your soul and body are no longer at war, they are in divine alignment, and with that unity comes unstoppable certainty. Look at the life of C.S. Lewis. He didn't find his voice as a Christian apologist until later in life, yet once activated, his confidence reshaped generations of faith. Or take Viola Davis, who faced rejection after rejection and insecurity in her early years, only to become a powerhouse of poise and presence by stepping into her authentic self. These aren't just inspiring stories, they are echoes of what's happening in you right now. You are no longer shrinking to fit the mold others built for you. You are expanding into your original form, and nothing about that will go unnoticed. And here's the most miraculous part: you won't need a year. You won't need a decade. God moves in suddenlies. One night you'll sleep thinking it's just another evening, and the next morning you'll wake up gasping, not out of fear but out of awe. The stiffness you thought would always be there, gone. The tiredness that clung to you like a shadow, replaced with a divine alertness. The sagging of time, lifted with new life. Behold, I will do a new thing. Now it shall spring forth. Shall ye not know it? Isaiah 43:19. You won't just wake up, you will resurrect. Because when heaven steps in, change is not gradual, it is glorious. Don't be surprised if you go to bed one way and wake up entirely reborn. Your spirit has already shifted. Now your body is catching up. The divine reversal is not linear, it's accelerated. God doesn't need time, He commands it. And when He says now, everything bends, including the years that tried to steal your strength. So I will restore to you the years that the swarming locust has eaten. Joel 2:25. This is the moment in your destiny where divine acceleration takes hold. What you thought would take a lifetime will be restored in a matter of days. Can you feel the shift? The timeline is no longer set by human standards. You've entered God's supernatural rhythm. When heaven releases a new version of you, no delay can hold it back. No past mistake, no failed relationship, no diagnosis, no doubt. It doesn't matter how long you've waited. The time is no longer coming. It's here. Expect the overnight. Prepare your heart for the moment when your reflection startles you in the best way. The tired version of you is fading into memory. The hesitant, unsure version is being replaced by one who walks with fire in their voice and divine precision in every step. You're not just healed. You're not just restored. You're reintroduced. Faith, chosen one, is not a side note in your transformation. It is the fuel behind it all. Faith is not just belief. It is a frequency, a vibration that aligns your spirit with the divine signal of heaven. And the more you believe this restoration is not merely a dream but your inheritance, the faster your body will respond. This isn't abstract positivity. This is spiritual science in motion. Faith isn't mental wishful thinking. It's activation. It's instruction. Each time you declare this is happening, your cells listen. Each time you visualize your younger, bolder, freer self, your body begins to mold itself into that image, not in fantasy, but in obedience to faith. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Hebrews 11:1. Your belief creates substance. Your agreement gives it authority. You are not pretending. You are partnering with promise. You are not forcing change. You are flowing with the current of divine alignment. Do you see the difference? You're not chasing youth. You are returning to it by walking in rhythm with the truth. Heaven already spoke over you. So feed your faith like it's oxygen. Declare boldly and consistently, I am reversing, I am renewing, I am returning to divine youth. Each word is a command, each affirmation a seed, and each breath a miracle in motion. The more you say it, the more your body aligns with it, and soon you'll see it, the skin, the strength, the clarity, the joy, because faith is not just the key, it is the accelerator pedal of your transformation. Are you pressing down or are you hesitating? Let's be clear, this is not just healing, this is a return to original design. The divine design you carried before stress distorted your peace, before trauma tangled your timeline, before fear clouded your confidence or illness invaded your vitality. Somewhere deep in the heart of God, before you were born, existed a version of you, radiant, joyful, strong, alive. That version was meant to build, to run, to lead, to love with abandon. And that version is being restored, not so you can impress the world, but so you can fulfill what was written about you before the foundations of the earth. Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart. This isn't about vanity, it's about vocation. The youthful version of you is not just defined by appearance. It's defined by capacity, by vision, by resilience, by purity of focus. That version was made for greatness, not to survive but to thrive. And now, God is calling you back, not to the past but to the heavenly blueprint that never expired. Will you receive it? Will you embrace it without apology? Will you stop saying, I'm getting older, and start declaring, I'm ascending? Because chosen one, you're not declining, you are divinely reversing, and as your faith remains steady, the world around you will bear witness. They'll see you walk in rooms and light them up, not with ego, but with evidence, the evidence of God's restoring hand on a chosen vessel. Inside every cell of your body lies a blueprint of divinity, a sacred memory of youth, energy, vitality, etched into your DNA by the Creator Himself. That blueprint was never erased. It was just buried beneath the layers of time, pain, fear, and societal programming. But now, by the Word of God and the power of alignment, that blueprint is awakening. Science confirms that DNA holds instructions for life, but what science cannot yet measure is the spiritual coding interwoven into those strands. God didn't create you with an expiration date. He built within you the code for renewal, the seed of restoration, the signature of resurrection. And now, through your faith, obedience, and alignment with His divine purpose, that code is being reactivated. You're not getting lucky. You're getting activated. Something supernatural is happening on a biological level. Your genes are not just surviving, they are receiving new instructions. They are being signaled to repair, restore, and regenerate. You're no longer existing in reaction to what life throws at you. You are moving in authority, fueled by heaven's chemistry. This isn't mysticism. This is supernatural science written by the creator of life itself. And now your body is catching up with the frequency of faith. Can you feel it? That holy tingle, that divine alignment. That's your DNA dancing to the rhythm of heaven's call. And it won't stop there. As your body transforms, so will your environment. The light that's awakening inside of you will begin to shine through every corner of your life. Relationships will shift. Opportunities will magnetize toward you. Favor will follow you like a shadow. Doors you thought were shut will swing wide, not because of charm, but because of the charge you now carry. The world won't be attracted to your age. They'll be drawn to your energy. As Isaiah 63 says, "Nations shall come to your light, and kings to the brightness of your rising." That rising has already begun. Consider the example of Liz Murray, who went from homeless teenager to Harvard graduate. Her transformation wasn't just physical or academic, it was spiritual. Or look at Tom Brady, still performing like a 20-something in his 40s, not by defying time, but by living in sync with intention and belief. These are not isolated miracles. They are precedents, reminders that when faith becomes your foundation, everything obeys, even your biology. Aging, chosen one, belongs to the realm of limitation, the dust and decay of a system that was never meant to define you. But ascension, that belongs to the realm of the spirit. And right now you are being lifted, elevated above the laws that once governed your biology. The calendar no longer commands you. Time no longer cages you. You are walking in divine elevation, and the aging process that once felt inevitable is being interrupted, not by regression, but by ascension. Can you feel it? This isn't about going backward. This is about going higher. You are not simply returning to a past version of yourself. You are being upgraded into a youthful state filled with divine strength, clarity, and authority. You're not just escaping age. You are rising above earthly systems and entering the dimension where God governs time itself. Remember what was said in Ecclesiastes 3:11. He has made everything beautiful in its time. Also, He has put eternity into man's heart. That eternity is awakening in you now. This kind of ascension isn't just cosmetic. It touches everything. Your thoughts are becoming clearer, your breathing deeper, your posture stronger, your vision sharper. Why? Because your soul is no longer bowed under the weight of passing years. It is soaring above limitations, above fatigue, above fear. And as you ascend, you're not rising alone. You'll bring others with you, simply by the force of your transformation. Isn't that what leadership truly is? Let's be clear. This transformation is not for self-glory. It's not to parade youth, it's to activate destiny. The world desperately needs to witness what happens when a child of God defies the limitations of aging and steps boldly into their heavenly assignment. You are not growing older, you are growing closer to glory. What if I told you that your biological clock has just been overridden by a higher authority? That the timeline you were told to live by, the one filled with deadlines, decline, and inevitability, is no longer your final truth? Because now heaven has taken control of the clock, and the hands are turning in your favor. You are not being retimed according to age. You are being retimed according to purpose. Your systems, your metabolism, immune function, memory, hormone levels are no longer obeying the natural order. They are responding to a supernatural recalibration. Just as in Psalm 31:15, "My times are in your hands." Your life has shifted into God's rhythm. Every beat of your heart, every breath you take, every electrical impulse in your brain is now answering to a higher tempo, a divine frequency. You are not being revived only for longevity. You are being retuned for significance. Think of legendary runner Florence Griffith Joyner, who trained and transformed in such a way that her body seemed to defy time. performing with youth and speed far beyond expectation. Or consider Christian singer C.C. Winans, whose voice and presence continue to grow in power and anointing even as the years pass, proof that when you walk in calling, your strength renews. These aren't just exceptions, they're examples of what it looks like when heaven overrides human timelines. And now, you are becoming that example. God is not just adding years to your life, He is injecting life into your years. That's why fatigue is leaving you now. That's why sluggishness and hesitation are melting away. A new rhythm of heaven-born energy is taking root. Every system in your body is being recalibrated, not just fixed but upgraded. This transformation is holistic. It's not healing a symptom, it's rewriting the system. As Isaiah 40:31 declares, "Those who wait on the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles." You're no longer crawling through life, you're flying. And here's the miracle. This rewritten clock doesn't just extend your life, it enriches it. You won't just live longer, you'll live louder. You'll walk into rooms with more to give. You'll serve with more energy, build with more endurance, and love with more intensity than ever before. Why? Because your spirit, chosen one, was never aging. Your spirit is eternal, vibrant, and full of divine force. And now your spirit is speaking directly to your flesh, commanding it to align. Your body is no longer leading the narrative. Your spirit is taking charge. This is why you're dreaming again. Why your vision is coming back sharper. Why your goals no longer feel like if only wishes, but tangible assignments waiting to be fulfilled. What seemed too late is now right on time, because God reset your schedule. He reauthored your pace. You're not behind. You're just now entering divine synchronization. So, chosen one, what would you attempt if you truly believed that time no longer had dominion over you? What doors would you knock on again? What calling would you dust off? What version of you would you finally allow to rise? Because that version, the one God saw from the beginning, is ascending now, and as you rise, your surroundings will rise with you. People will notice, atmospheres will shift, not because you demanded attention, but because you carry elevation, and no one can ignore what rises above the noise. This is your holy ascent, not back in time, but beyond it. You're not aging, you're being transfigured, and the world is about to witness the rare and radiant beauty of a chosen one breaking through time and walking in eternal power. The truth, chosen one, is that your body has been listening to the wrong voice for far too long. It's been echoing the limitations of the world, responding to messages of decay, decline, and inevitability. But now something powerful is shifting. Your body is no longer responding to the noise of culture. It's responding to the voice of the redeemed that lives inside you. Can you feel that sacred dialogue unfolding within? Your spirit is rising up, speaking life, energy, healing, and youth into every system of your body, and your flesh is finally agreeing. This is not imagination. This is a divine reordering of authority. Where there was tension, peace is now settling like oil over sore muscles. Where there was chronic fatigue, strength is beginning to rise again, not from caffeine or supplements, but from the breath of God within you. Let the weak say, "I am strong," and when you say it, chosen one, your cells listen. This isn't about mind over matter. This is spirit over biology. You are not rejecting science. You are elevating it to its original purpose, to serve divine intention. Your body is no longer a slave to a ticking clock. It's becoming a servant to your calling. The aches, the weariness, the signs of aging, they are now submitting to a higher frequency, one that originates in heaven and flows through your redeemed soul. This is divine alignment, not just spiritually or emotionally, but physiologically, and it's not happening outside in, it's happening inside out. Have you realized yet that your spirit has always had the authority to govern your body? As your flesh begins to obey your spirit, everything will begin to shift. The way you walk will change, no longer heavy with burden, but light with clarity. The way you speak will change, no longer unsure or apologetic, but bold, joyful, and magnetic. Even the way you think will evolve, because you're no longer ruled by what you can see. You are being led by what is eternally victorious inside you. For we walk by faith, not by sight. 2 Corinthians 5:7. That verse is no longer just a principle. It's now your internal blueprint. While others try to hold on to youth by clinging to memories, you are being invited into something much greater than nostalgia. You're not trying to remember who you were. You are becoming who you were always meant to be. This is no longer about recall. It is manifestation. You are not simply thinking fondly of your younger years. You are embodying the force of that youth in the present, with more wisdom, more intention, and more divine energy than ever before. Manifestation isn't wishing. It's not pretending. It is alignment with divine design. When God breathes youth into your spirit, your body has no choice but to follow the command. That's not poetic. That's a spiritual law. The Spirit gives life, says 2 Corinthians 3:6. So when your spirit says rise, your body obeys. Look at those who manifest this truth in real life. Think of Jane Fonda, who continues to radiate vitality and lead with purpose well into her 80s. Or Tyler Perry, who didn't begin to walk in the fullness of his calling until later in life, but once aligned experienced an acceleration no human could explain. These people aren't simply aging well, they are manifesting alignment, and so are you. That means the youthful power inside you is no longer dormant. It's breaking free, bursting through the physical limitations that once caged it. Your muscles are beginning to remember how to move freely, not as they did in the past, but as they were always meant to under divine instruction. Your skin is remembering how to glow, not from products, but from internal radiance. Your mind is remembering how to dream, not with hesitation, but with holy boldness. And yet, even as your body and soul recall, they are not simply reenacting, they are recreating. This is not just restoration, it's innovation. Every fiber of your being is responding to the creative power of heaven. You are not reliving childhood, you are stepping into a sacred manifestation of destiny. This version of you, the one rising now, is not a replica of who you used to be. It is the fulfilled promise of who you were born to become, not a shadow of the past, but a light pointing to the future. This is not memory, this is miracle made visible. As Romans 8:11 declares, He who raised Christ from the dead will also give life to your mortal bodies through His Spirit who lives in you. That resurrection power is not symbolic, it's cellular. It's in your posture, your speech, your stride, your glow. In the world, chosen one, age is treated like a ruler, a measuring stick to define what you can and cannot do. But in the kingdom of God, purpose overrides everything, including the boundaries of time. Right now, you are stepping into a sacred season where age no longer has authority over you. Heaven isn't consulting your birth certificate before it anoints your feet for movement. Your assignments, your real, divine, eternal assignments, are too important to be postponed or minimized by numbers. This transformation you're undergoing isn't just about looking refreshed. It's about being made ready, ready for impact, ready for overflow, ready for divine connections and unstoppable purpose. You are entering a realm where the world's calendar becomes irrelevant next to the strength you now carry. Even to your old age and gray hairs, I am He who will sustain you. That's Isaiah 46:4. That's not sentiment, that's a heavenly decree over your life. Every time someone mutters, "You're too old for that," heaven doesn't flinch, it laughs, and then God responds, not with argument, but with acceleration. You suddenly feel recharged, restored, reignited. Why do you think you feel younger the moment you step into purpose? It's not hype, it's spiritual momentum pulling you forward. You're not being dragged by age, you're being drawn by eternity. Can you see it? You're not slowing down, you're stepping into divine relevance. So don't limit yourself based on the calendar, don't shrink your dreams to fit your age. Instead, expand your vision and let time adjust to your calling. In the Spirit, time bends to purpose. You're not running out of time, you're running into destiny. Have you felt heavy lately? Not just in your body, but in your soul. That weight you've been carrying is not yours. It's the burden of time, and it's being lifted right now. You're not meant to carry the anxiety of deadlines, the fear of aging, or the sorrow of lost youth. Those chains are breaking this very moment, and as the weight of time falls away, a new kind of freedom rises in its place. You'll breathe deeper, you'll think clearer, you'll walk with unforced ease. The heaviness that once sat in your bones, your schedule, even your emotions, it's evaporating like the morning mist. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. And that rest is activating something powerful in you now. This transformation isn't just about reclaiming youth, it's about liberating your future. The regrets you carried, the rush to make up for lost time, the pressure to do it all before some invisible expiration, all of that is being replaced with divine peace and prophetic clarity. You are exactly where you need to be, becoming precisely who God intended you to be. Time is no longer your enemy, it is becoming your servant. The clock is no longer counting down, it's now counting up toward joy, toward purpose, toward fulfillment, toward legacy. Your change isn't cosmetic, it's prophetic. The glow in your skin, the lift in your steps, the fire in your voice, none of it is random. It's the visible evidence of an invisible God rewriting your story. You are becoming a living, breathing testimony of what happens when heaven touches a mortal frame. Your glow now speaks of grace, not the kind earned, but the kind given freely. Your posture speaks of breakthrough, because only those who've been low know how to stand this tall. Your energy radiates redemption, not recycled hype, but renewed strength. Even your smile has become a prophecy. It doesn't just signal joy, it declares God still renews, miracles still happen, faith still transforms biology. Real people like Morgan Freeman, who didn't reach global fame until well into his 50s, or Susan Boyle, who stunned the world with her voice at an age most thought her dreams were too late to matter. They are not anomalies, they are archetypes, proof that heaven doesn't operate on worldly timetables. And now, so are you. Every time someone sees you, chosen one, they may not know how to explain it, but they'll feel it. Something shifts in their atmosphere. They might ask what skincare you're using, what lifestyle change you've made, but what they're really sensing is God's fingerprint on your frame. You are no longer hiding your transformation, you are walking in it boldly. Your very existence is becoming a message, a letter from heaven, and your appearance, it's the first line of that message. The world may try to dismiss what's happening to you, chosen one. They may label it as fantasy, call it delusion, or reduce it to wishful thinking. But you know better. You've seen too much, felt too much in your spirit to be deceived. This is not escapism, it's elevation. You're not running from reality, you are rising into a higher one, a reality where God defines truth and heaven sets the rules. What you're experiencing is not a dream, it's a divine revelation that's been available all along, you just stepped into it. You're not denying that aging exists, you are defying its limitations. You're not fleeing from time. You are now moving at heaven's pace, no longer bound to what the world says your age should mean. And this is what happens when the heart aligns with truth and the body aligns with the spirit. You are not imagining this transformation, you are living it. The natural man does not accept the things of the Spirit of God, but the spiritual man discerns all things. And you, chosen one, are now discerning the higher reality that governs your renewal. Revelation always births transformation, and that is exactly what's unfolding inside you. This is not positive thinking, it's prophetic becoming. You're not just processing new thoughts, you are becoming a new creation, and every part of you, your skin, your muscles, your breath, your bones, is rising to meet that truth. Let the skeptics scoff, let the doubters speculate. You don't have to argue with disbelief when your very existence is the evidence. You don't need to explain what's happening, you only need to walk in it, knowing full well this is not fantasy, this is fulfillment. There's a reason this is happening to you. Not by accident, not by luck. You were chosen to be a living, glowing, breathing billboard of what God's restoration power looks like in human form. People will look at you and remember what's still possible, not because you preached to them, but because you became the message. You weren't just called to give a testimony, you were called to be the testimony. Your youth isn't returning just for your enjoyment, it's returning to awaken faith in others. Your glow is shaking dormant belief. Your restoration is becoming permission for others to hope again. What if your miracle is the very spark someone else needs to believe that healing is still real, that no age is too old, no body too broken, no timeline too delayed for God to make all things new? They will see and fear and put their trust in the Lord. Psalm 43. That's the power you carry now, chosen one. So don't downplay this, don't hide your light under humility mistaken for silence. You're not being arrogant when you shine, you're being obedient. This is your mantle now, to shine, to glow, to walk in the open as the physical proof that when heaven touches earth, bodies respond, timelines reverse, and lives are rewritten. You are becoming the evidence that what others call too far gone is not gone at all. It's just waiting for divine breath to awaken it. You are not merely in motion. You are a miracle in motion, a wonder wrapped in skin, a prophecy fulfilled right in front of a watching world. And let me tell you something, you haven't even seen the best of it yet. Because the world isn't just watching you, they're waiting to follow you into this new reality. You are blazing a path back to wholeness, not just for yourself, but for generations to come. Your body is no longer just flesh. It is now a temple, a sacred sanctuary of divine youth, vitality, and power. God is not just refreshing your appearance, He is inhabiting you with His restorative presence. You are being changed from the inside out, every structure of your being reorganized to reflect not mortality, but immortality in motion. In ancient times, the temple wasn't just a place for singing and prayer. It was a place where God's glory dwelled, where people came to receive healing, transformation, direction, and power. And now you are that temple. Do you not know that your bodies are temples of the Holy Spirit? Every breath you take, every step you walk, now carries the vibration of heaven. This is not vanity, it's victory. What people see glowing on your face is not just health, it is holiness. Heaven is reflecting through your skin, your eyes, your movement, because your very body has become a portal between the natural and the supernatural. You carry something sacred now. You walk with divine weight, not heaviness, but holy substance. And as you move through your day, you'll start to feel it. Where there was panic, now there's peace. Where there was heaviness, there's joy. Where there was weakness, there is now strength. Because you are not just walking through life, you are housing glory. You are becoming a dwelling place for divine youth, not just in symbolism, but in full, radiant manifestation. And just like the temples of old, your glory will increase. So let me ask you, chosen one, do you know what you carry now? Are you aware that your walk is no longer just about movement, but about ministry? Are you ready to let the world see what it looks like when God Himself restores, not just hope, not just strength, but you? Because this isn't the end of your transformation. It's only the beginning. The best is not behind you. It is bursting out of you right now. You are not just aging in reverse. You are ascending in identity. And everywhere you go, the world will feel it. My beloved soul, take a moment to breathe in the weight of this truth. You are not too late. You are not behind. You are not disqualified by age, by delay, or by anything the world has spoken over you. Time may help organize the world, but in the spiritual realm, it has no authority over your destiny. Right now, you are stepping into a divine realm of limitless possibility, a realm where there is no expiration date on dreams, no too old for miracles, and no too late for breakthroughs. You are crossing into the timeless dimension of power, where destiny dances to God's rhythm, not the ticking of a man-made clock. Here, you will dream dreams that don't fit your age, but they will perfectly fit your anointing. You will receive ideas, visions, and blueprints that carry the boldness of youth, infused with the wisdom of heaven. And yes, some may question you. Some may wonder how you're glowing, rising, and moving like you've been reborn. But deep down, you'll smile, because you'll know you've stepped into another realm. A realm where Moses began his mission at 80, where Sarah conceived against every natural odd, where Jesus defied death itself and rose in power. You've entered the realm where time bows to purpose, and you walk in step with heaven's clock. Chosen one, you are not too late. You are exactly on time, God's time. To every beautiful soul who has walked through this revelation with me, thank you. Your presence here is not taken for granted. Your openness, your hunger, and your spirit have helped create this sacred space. And if this message has stirred something in you, if it has spoken to your journey or breathed life into your soul, I invite you only if you feel led to donate through the Super Thanks feature. Every gift, whether big or small, goes directly toward sharing more messages like this with those who are still waiting to awaken. But whether you choose to donate or not, please know from the bottom of my heart, I am deeply, truly grateful for you. Your support by simply listening, commenting, and being here means more than words can express. And now, I speak this blessing over you. May your body align with your spirit. May your time be redeemed by heaven. May every cell in your being respond to divine vitality, and may your life become a living sign of what happens when eternity invades time. Chosen one, walk boldly, glow without shame, rise without hesitation, because what God has started in you will not be stopped. It will only accelerate, and the world will watch in awe as you walk, not into age, but into ageless glory. Until next time, stay radiant, stay expectant, and never forget, you are not just seen, you are chosen.